Hello and welcome to the very last episode of Functional Family Fridays for 2020. Yay! This morning is New Year's Eve day, and I want to reach out just before the turn of the new year. I know that most of us, with the whole COVID thing, can't wait to put an end to this year and start fresh for 2021. So today I thought it's perfect day to reach out, speak to you about start making some plans and good intentions. So the last episode we talked about COVID Christmas part 1. We talked about the good and the bad about celebrating the COVID Christmas. Write your comments below. Let me know how you made out. If some of those strategies helped you survive a COVID Christmas with a lockdown, with perhaps dysfunctional family members. So let me know how that went for you. So today we're going to talk about part 2, COVID New Year. So this part is, we've talked about the good, the bad, and this is about the ugly truth. And the reason I say ugly is because most of us don't want to talk about the truth. We don't want to see the truth. We don't want to admit the truth. Okay? But if you want change to happen, it's time to face the truth about what's happening in your life. Okay? If you really want change for 2021, particularly around the quality of your family life and those relationships. So let's talk about typically what happens through the process of Christmas Eve day and New Year's Eve day and New Year's. So on New Year's Eve, we would have reflected on 2020, brutal year, and now we can't wait to put all the drama, disappointments, negativity, worry, and fear behind us. And we're hoping and praying that 2021 will be a much better year, right? We're all there. Then we would make a New Year's resolution, right? Tonight, that sounds something like this. I want to lose some weight. I want to get in better physical health. I want to start saving some money. I want to get out of debt. I want to eliminate stress in my life. And I want to improve my family life and those relationships. So those are all really great goals. And we always start off with good intentions, right? We see New Year's as a new beginning, an opportunity to hit the reset button in our life and start fresh and new to improve our family situations, okay? We're willing to forgive ourselves for self-sabotaging all the other times, and we're ready to start again with a new mindset and totally pumped and motivated, which is great. And we're also willing at this point today to admit that we have neglected some of these things, our health, our diet, our relationships. We've dropped the ball somehow with our spouse, our children, important family members, or friends, but things are going to be different now. Sound familiar? We all done this. Then time starts to roll. We hit January, and we start to hit about mid-January, and this is what happens. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Most people start to fall back into their old habits, negative behavior, excuses, procrastination, me included, okay? I'm no different than you. So now you're running off your own motivation versus all the collective energy of all the people that were pumped up right along with you. Because we're all connected, we feel that energy, and in the beginning of the year, we're all pumped up. We're going to do this. It's going to happen. This year's going to be different. And then we start to lose energy, right? So all the hope and motivation you add New Year's Day starts to dwindle, okay? Because our energy drops, right? And when our energy drops, all the negative stuff that we haven't dealt with starts to take over. And we lose that feeling of hopeful and motivation, and we move right back into the comfort of fear, stress, and negativity. And I say comfort is because we're familiar with those feelings, so we tend to go there even though they're painful, okay? And what happens is you lose the desire to change things, okay? You start believing that nothing's ever going to change. Why bother? You feel hopeless, and you start believing it's a waste of time and energy. Before you know it, you slip back into old behavior, all right? So what really happens to your motivation from New Year's Eve day today to about mid-January? All right, so let's talk about it. So on New Year's Eve, there's a higher frequency of positive energy and hopefulness in the world, okay? And you're feeling that, and you're tapping into that. Just like with COVID, there was all a global collective feeling of fear. New Year's Eve, it's shifted to hopefulness and motivation and desire to change. So you're feeling that at a, sort of energetic level. And we are positively influenced by our own and other people's hopefulness, right, on New Year's Eve. And this excites us and motivates us to embrace change. We're ready, we're pumped to do this, right? This gets our energy back up, and we have a genuine desire to change. That's what happens. But unfortunately, even when we have a strong desire to improve our lives, the quality of our life, and the quality of our family relationships, many of us still have these three common problems. And I'll talk about this. Number one, you stay stuck in denial and you're not willing to admit the truth about what's going on with your situation, whether it's your health, your finances, your family, okay? Number two, you don't have the discipline to do what it takes to make healthier changes. That's why you need a coach. You need someone to push you, all right? Someone to encourage you and keep you motivated and pumped, because most of us can't self-discipline ourselves, okay? And number three, you fall back into old patterns of negative behavior, and eventually you give up. That's what happens. So again, resolutions are great. You should make them. You should set goals, because you can't hit a target you can't see. So take it out of your head, put it on paper, set some goals. But you got to remember, in order to reach those goals and be successful, you have to have two key things, okay? Number one, the desire to do better and the desire to be better, okay? And notice the key word there is desire, meaning the passion, the energy, okay? If you're struggling with a way to stay motivated to change, then ask yourself this question, okay? In 5 years from now, would you want the same family life that you have right now? Stop and think, okay? In 5 years from now, would you want the same family life that you have right now? If your answer is a hard no, then don't you think it's time that you did something different? Okay? Doing the same thing will get you the same results. So clearly, you have to do something different to get different results. What did they say? That's a definition of insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. Okay? So let's talk about some COVID effects on the family. Because, never in the history of time has it ever been more important to take care of your family and make sure the quality of your family is healthy, okay? Because as you know, we're all locked down. As I speak, we are locked down, all right? And who are we locked down with? Our family, right? So with all the things going on, you got to make sure that your family is a healthy one, right? Unfortunately, not all families are healthy. They're just assuming, oh, well, just stay with your family. That's not a happy place for a lot of people. And that's what they don't seem to realize. Domestic violence is on the increase. I don't have the statistics, but you can Google it all over the place, all right? Domestic abuse. You might be living with, I just saw a cardinal, it's wonderful, living with your enemy, okay? There are more divorces and separations happening now, right? And let's talk about the suicide rate has risen. Ridiculous. People don't see value in their life, or they can't cope with the amount of stress going on. So if you think that we could keep on turning a blind eye to families, you're very mistaken. We all are, okay? We can no longer dismiss the importance of living in a very healthy, I didn't say perfect, I said healthy family. And I'm going to get a little bit passionate about this now because I've been talking for years about the importance of this. And I believe that now, because of COVID and being locked down and seeing all the damage, the emotional damage and heartache that's happening, we're starting to realize and become conscious of just how important family is. Okay? This is no joke. Now, for those of you that don't want to do the work, I wish you well and I hope it works out well for you. But for those of you that are with me, that understand, that are experiencing the heartache, the loss, the frustration, the drama, and life's not a happy place, then I'm here to help you. Okay? So being a positive, happy, loving parent with good emotional health is the only thing that's going to help you improve the quality of your family life and relationships. That's it. You need to be emotionally healthy, period. You need to be happy. You need to enjoy your life. You need to love being a parent and be grateful for your family members. And I know a lot of people will sort of say it at a surface level, but I'm telling you that you gotta dig down deep this year. If you want 2021 to be your healthy haven and, your family to survive lockdowns, especially that we can't see each other, be with each other, touch each other, hug each other, then you need to have a strong family foundation in order to survive this. Not just COVID, but your family relationships, okay? So let me talk a little bit about the benefits to having good emotional health, okay? Number one, you'll start feeling better in every area of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You'll be grounded and healthy. Number two, it'll raise your energetic vibration. You become more focused on love and gratitude than fear, worry, and depression, okay? Now, I'm not saying you'll never feel those things, but you'll feel more grateful and peaceful than you will afraid of every little thing that the media feeds us, okay? So you'll be more grounded. You'll be more focused on being grateful for what you have than what you don't have. You'll focus more on the positivity versus the negativity, okay? Your attitude and your confidence, your self-esteem will improve if you're emotionally healthy, okay? You become a happier parent. You become a happier person, period, all right? Now, I'm not saying you run around, going crazy, I'm happy, but you're content is what I mean. You're at peace and you're at content. That's what I mean by happiness, all right? That you're Happiness just means being at peace, not having all this noise in your head constantly whirling around, worrying you, stressing you, causing you anxiety and depression. Okay? And yet I say suicidal thoughts. God forbid. Okay? And also the benefits to good emotional health is you're a happy parenting. You're a happy parent. You're going to use positive, conscious parenting styles. Okay? That's going to improve your family relationships and enable you to create a peaceful, loving home. Okay? So again, if you answer no, a hard no, to wanting to have the same family life you have now in 5 years from now, then you need to be willing to change. Okay? That's the only way you're going to improve your emotional health. That's it. You have to be willing to change. You got to remember, change is not a choice. It's inevitable. Whether you like it or not, change happens. Okay? And hopefully it'll change for the good in 2021 with COVID. But think about the seasons. We don't stay stuck in winter. Thankfully, it changes to spring, summer, fall, and back to winter. Okay? You change your clothes. You change what you're eating. You change your hairstyle, right? Sometimes we change our jobs. So change is inevitable. If it never happened, we'd never grow as human beings. We'd never have anything to evolve to. So rather than resist something that's inevitable, you need to learn how to embrace it. Okay? Because you're wasting a lot of energy being stuck in the past. All right? But here's the good thing. If change scares you, I'm here to help you. Okay? This is what I do well. So with that, I want to end this video and I want to wish you a very happy new year and all the best, obviously, for 2021, going in with a better mindset and a mindset to embrace change and really want what's best for yourself, that you're happy in your life, and that your family is healthy and happy too. Okay, so that's my goal here. So I have some good news. As a gift to you for tuning in and for starting off the new year right, I want you to download the free emotional checklist. If you're ready, right, let's get started. And remember, there's 3 types of people three characteristics of people. There are some that will jump right on this, embrace change, go for it, and they're ready to embrace change. They're the other ones that will wait to have to change, okay? They'll wait to see what everyone else is doing, and if they have no other choice, then they'll have to change. And then there are others that are quite happy being stuck in victimhood and have no desire to change because for some reason they're more comfortable with their pain than the opportunity to eliminate pain. So I can't help you if you're that person, all right? And even the person in the middle who are waiting for everyone else to do, perhaps this isn't the time, and I'll see you down the road. But if you are fired up and you're ready to move forward and you admit you need help, I'm here to help you, okay? So the first thing we need to do is check your emotional health. So if you haven't already, download the free emotional checklist. Let's see where you're at, okay? Now, not today, I'm not going to get a lot into it, but the month of January, because it's COVID, I'm feeling very generous because I realize a lot of us are struggling a bit financially and we don't all have the money, but yet we also know that this is the time we have to make the biggest change. So I get that. I remember when I was flat broke, on welfare, struggling. That's the time I really needed the healing, but I couldn't afford it. So I remember that and I want to help you. So I've launched stage 1 of my Happy Parent programs. 2 versions, the Happy Parent program and the Happy Divorce Parent program, stage 1. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about it through the month of January, right? So typically it sells for $9.97, but I'm going to literally cut the price in half to help you get started and stay motivated. So the price is going to go down to, unbelievable, $4.97. Okay, it's a steal, and that includes 10 weeks of work, and it is work. So if you're not ready to roll up your sleeve, don't bother. But if you're serious, I'm going to be your coaching you through it, and it's on emotional awareness. So do the checklist, become aware of the health of your emotions, and we're going to move into stage 1. And a lot of it is looking into your family and starting to embrace those family relationships and start to see where some of the unhappiness was created and why. Okay, so that's stage 1. But I'll talk a lot more about it in my next video in the new year. So I'm going to put a link to it. Please go through it, check it out, check out the sales page. And again, you've only got 1 month to purchase this at this price. After that, I can't do that anymore. It'll go back up to $9.97 and life goes on. So for those people, you particularly, that are ready to do this, I'm here to start your New Year's off right, okay? Because remember, like I said, never before in the history of time has family relationships, the quality of family relationships, been more important than ever before, right now. Again, people are suffering, people are locked down, people are stuck with drama, negativity, abuse, and they're even thinking about suicide, not thinking about it's happening. So now's the time to change. We can no longer turn a blind eye, pretend that you don't have problems, and think that it's going to magically fix itself. It doesn't work that way. If anything, I can contest that it'll only get worse. So you got COVID, family problems. This is a real recipe for disaster. So think about it, meditate on it, start the new year hopeful and know that I'm here to help you. And feel free, for God's sake, to reach out. I'm a live person, not just a video. Speak to me, let me know what's going on and how I can help you. So from my heart to yours, and my family to yours, God bless you, stay safe, and I wish you a wonderful, happy, enthusiastic 2021. Be well. See you on the other side.